foggy. Yeah, look at the front. I don't know if you can see it well, but super foggy. I just got dressed, put away my window covers. I'm pretty tired, to be honest. I went to bed around midnight, and then an old relative of mine called me at 6:30 and woke me up. So kind of tired. Today's legs, but honestly, I haven't taken a rest day in a while, and I hit legs on Sunday when it was supposed to be a rest day, so I'm gonna hit abs. And yeah, it's pretty much all there is to it. Gonna go to the same Planet Fitness as yesterday, hit abs, stretch, and we're gonna leave Montpelier. It's been an amazing time in Montpelier. It's a beautiful city, nice library, nice little mini hiking spot / walking trail with the tower right in downtown. Went to that cool bar last night. Good vibes. So gonna go up to Lake Champlain. I was thinking maybe I'd even do a little day trip into New York or something. We'll have to see. But gonna go up there, and I feel like that'll be my final destination kind of for Vermont. Just kind of going up there and maybe doing a day trip to New York and then shooting across, going east, because that's like total northwest Vermont. We'll go east. Maybe there'll be a stop along the way or two, but we'll go east. We'll go back through New Hampshire, and we'll arrive in Maine. Sorry, someone just pulled in the driveway next to me. Did another residential spot last night. I'm on like a kind of a through street off of the main street along the water here in Montpelier. Something to note, I know people have talked about this either on Reddit or YouTube videos I've watched. So the street is on this side, on my table side. So that's something good about my bed being on the right side of the car behind the passenger seat. Oh, sorry, someone's walking by. Is that if a car were to crash into the front of my car, my head is this side, but you have the entire front cabin and you have the front of the car, like where the engine is. That would all have to get messed. Bro, my alarm just went off. If a car were to crash into the front of my car, it has this entire cabin here and the front of the car where the engine is. That would all have to get messed up for, the damage to reach me. Not that it wouldn't impact me, but the bigger thing is that my front of my car is where traffic isn't going. So traffic's coming this way. So the more likely thing is that traffic would actually, since it's coming towards the back of my car, it would hit the back of my car. Oh, this is so awkward. There's someone walking by. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, she just looked in at me. I'm dead. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get out of here because that woman literally just saw me laying in bed. It's kind of awkward. Oh. Oh. She just walked past my car, stopped at the front of my car, turned around, walked past my car again, basically made eye contact with me, but my car's so damn foggy that she probably didn't actually see. Not that I can't park here, it's just a main road. And street parking's allowed. But you know how people get. If they're protective of their neighborhood, they don't want some random person sleeping right in front of their house. So that's why normally I take the window covers down, I get right in the front, and I drive off or whatever. At least if I'm sitting in the front, it looks normal, but she just saw me when I was laying in my bed. That's the problem. If that was the first time I've taken down my window covers and then just laid in bed and filmed. So that's kind of classic that I ran into an issue with someone the first time I did that. Gotta blast the defrosters, man. It is frosty in here, boy. Anyway, that's probably too loud. Anyway, if someone hits the back of my car, that's where my feet is, not my head, so that's a good thing. Unfortunately, my feet are pretty close to the trunk, but it's much better for them to hit my feet and not my head. So where my head and my torso is not only in the middle of the car, but it's also on the side. It's on the side, not like it's on the curb side, not the street side. So my body's on the curb side, not the street side, and my head and my torso, all my vital organs are right in like the center of the car, the exact center of the car. So if someone does crash into me, that's just kind of limiting the damage. And then in general, I really don't want to be parking on a main street and then even a through street like this where cars are kind of, I can just hear the cars and just seeing them go by. They're probably going, 35-ish miles an hour. So ideally, you always just want to be on a quiet side street so that people are driving slow. And especially if you're in like a town where there's bars or anything like that, you really want to be cognizant of drunk drivers. So, yep, just want to quickly touch on that. We are off to Planet Fitness. It is a beautiful day in Vermont. Look at this. Camera probably doesn't do it justice, but I'm literally at a gas station. There's construction going on. It's still beautiful. All right, it is 11 o'clock on the dot. Still need to do my hair. I just stopped in an Irving gas station, which is also, it's not like a welcome center. I don't know, I took a clip of the sign. I can't remember what it said, to be honest, but it was super nice. I was super impressed in there. And they could make breakfast sandwiches, but they didn't just have them pre-made, but they had some like lunch and dinner stuff pre-made. And so I got this buffalo cheddar kicker. Never heard of a kicker. The guy at the gas station, when I asked if they had breakfast sandwiches, was like, we can make you one, but honestly, this thing is even better than a breakfast sandwich. All right. Looks like it's just a buffalo chicken patty, honestly. Give it a go. I'm not gonna lie, I mean, it's good, but it just tastes like a buffalo chicken patty you'd get at like a school lunch. So I would have preferred a breakfast sandwich. I was really in the mood for a breakfast sandwich, which is why I wanted to spend money on one. It is what it is. We are going up to Burlington, Vermont, major town / city up here, right on Lake Champlain, bordering upstate New York. We got a 45-minute ride, just filled up my gas tank. I'm excited to go explore a different place. Talk to you guys at Lake Champlain. are in Burlington, Lake Champlain. This is gorgeous. I put in the directions for the library, but I decided to just stop by the lake first, and I'm actually gonna hang out here for a while. I think the library is open till 8, so I'm gonna do some exploring now while the sun is out and it's gorgeous, and I'll do some editing later. But yeah, I'll take some clips of this area. Once again, another scenario where the camera just won't do it justice. But this is beautiful, and also got my longboard. There's a bike path all along this, so I'm gonna go for a nice longboard ride. I'm really excited. Just the combination of the lake with the mountains behind it is just anyway. So I'm sitting here at Lake Champlain, just on some steps that go down to the rocks. It's a pretty kind of private area. I'm just off the bike path. People keep passing by, but it is so pretty here, and the weather is just perfect. It's like perfect for this thin sweatshirt. The sun is out. It feels super nice. And I felt like editing today, so I was planning on going to the library, like I talked about earlier. But it's supposed to rain the next 2 days, then it's like a half decent day, then it's rain 2 days. In the next 7 days, I think it's gonna rain 6 times, which is such a shame. So I'm just gonna take today to explore Burlington, especially along Lake Champlain, just because it's so nice out. So been sitting here for a little while, been taking some photos and stuff, and soaking in the sun. And I'm gonna just have a nice longboard ride. And we'll head into downtown Burlington, see what there is to do. One thing to note about Burlington that I've noticed so far, and honestly, like this goes for any major town, even let alone city in New Hampshire and Vermont so far, is there's just a lot of homeless people. Or I wouldn't say a lot in everyone, but there were a lot of homeless people in Manchester, which was the most populated city in New Hampshire, and then Burlington blows the other towns and cities away in Vermont. So Burlington itself has like 45,000 or whatever population, and South Burlington's another like 20 something. So Burlington as a whole is like 60, 70,000. And I was just in Montpelier, which is the capital. The capital is a tiny town, it has 7,000 people. I didn't even realize that. So if you can't tell, I'm like a nerd when it comes to population. I don't know, I just kind of use that as like a metric for like gauging cities and towns and stuff in terms of their size and everything. So a lot of times when I'll pull up in a town or a city, I'll look at the population. Same goes for when I'm planning on kind of which cities and towns to go to. A lot of times I'll just look at Google Maps, and just when you zoom out to the point where you only see like a few names on the map, those are obviously the major towns and cities. So that's kind of how I determine where to go. And also just being from New England, I've heard of these places or I've been to them in the far past. I guess I've been to Burlington at least once before. So I remember going here when I was young, or near here, and going to like the Ben & Jerry's factory and like the Vermont teddy bear factory and Cabot. I don't know if that's a factory, but whatever Cabot's thing is where they make cheese, the cheese factory. And yeah, man, the weather is it's just perfect. There's like the slightest breeze on the water. The sun is super strong. And yeah, I'm gonna turn around and enjoy this view and continue my longboard ride. It's actually comical how often I'm stopping on this longboard ride, because I literally just, anytime I get like the littlest peak, that wasn't even a good one, but the littlest peak out at the lake, and it's just a slightly different view with slightly different vegetation on the edges of what would be the photo, I just decide to stop and take photos. And then same goes with like if I see some bright flowers and I want to take a picture of those, I keep stopping too. I want to try, I guess I technically already am trying, but like try wilderness photography. Oh cool, there's a campsite here. I don't know if you'll be able to campsite before I get thrown off my board. But God, it is so just beautiful. And I wish my camera would do it justice, but you can only do so much when you're super unskilled. And iPhone cameras are great, but if you're not skilled enough, I'm not great at taking photos. But man, I want to go down there. Hold on. I'm gonna go to this little campsite thing, beach. Got a narrow little hill here. We're gonna send it. This is dumb. I'm just gonna stop myself with my foot. Yeah, no, not doing that. Sorry. I have not been riding my longboard much, so I'm not bombing that. I'm dead. I walked my board about to like here, and it's obviously gradual, but your speed just keeps building up. So I went from like here all the way, and about here I was like, shit, it's not wide enough to carve and slow myself down. So I just kept picking up speed, and the road just kind of, it's like nicely paved over here, and then it's not, and then it just progressively gets worse and worse. Like, look how bad this is. And there's just a dirt little road here in this, so I was like, oh boy. And I just rode the longboard into the grass and just prepared to just jump off. So I jumped off and just ran. Unfortunately, I didn't fall. But look how beautiful this is. Oh, man. So this is the beach for some, like, campsite, I could think. Well, at least there's a campsite near here, but... Man, look at that. The mountains look so small on camera, but they're huge. And right there is Burlington. So here's Burlington. There's mountains above that, and then all the mountains across the lake in New York. Look at this view. Oh, you can't zoom in. I was gonna make a video where I zoomed in on that guy over there. I'm dead. It's fucking beautiful though. see if this hammock works. Really hope so. All right, it is, I don't even know what time. I think like maybe 5:30ish. I think it's around 6 actually. Yeah, it's around 6. I've been hanging out in my hammock for a while now, probably an hour or so, maybe a little longer. I paid for parking for 2 hours at this park, so, and I have like 25-30 minutes left. But man, it is beautiful. I got my speaker going, my backpack's right there. It was clear skies earlier, but there is a storm. I've felt a couple little trickles. My phone says that it's raining in, oh, it's actually starting to pick up a little bit. Yeah, it's about to start raining, so I'm gonna get out of here. But even with the rain, even with the clouds, the sunset's still kind of cool. I just wish that, you know, it was a sunny, normal sunset, but it's still pretty good. Gonna eat lunch. I mean, not lunch, dinner. I think I'm gonna have some soup. Just keep it simple, but I want something hot. So, yeah, it's starting to rain. All right, I gotta go. Well, I'm glad I went back to my car as I did, because it just started kind of sprinkling as I was packing up my hammock, and pretty soon after I got to my car, it started coming down pretty hard. I could make dinner in my car right now, but I'm just gonna wait out this rain a little bit. There's I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you probably can't see it. But there's like a kind of a table area, camping area with a roof covering. So once this dies down a little bit, I might go cook over there. It just kind of depends. The wind is blowing pretty hard. The library in downtown closes in 2 hours, so maybe I'll go over there. I don't know. I feel like by the time I get over there, I'd only have like an hour to edit, but so I probably won't. I mean, it's gonna be raining so much the next few days. I'll have plenty of time to go in the libraries and edit. Anyway, I'm pretty hungry, so if this doesn't light up soon, I'm just gonna make my soup on this table. Also, I wanted to add, so I've been using my camera a little bit, of course, since I got it last week, but today I've been taking so many photos and videos, and I'm just going through them right now, and man, the iPhone 16 Pro camera, or cameras, because there's even, I was thinking about how there's 3 cameras, and I went like this instead of doing double quotes. So with triple quotations, 3 cameras, man, it's insane. Like, I'll put the clip here. I took a video of this log on the beach, or just like driftwood on the beach, and it just looks fake. Like, it just looks fake. It looks like something CGI would produce that you're like, whoa, that looks better than real life. I mean, it does look better than real life. It's just insane. So I'm so happy that I upgraded my phone. I was honestly gonna wait until I got back from these few weeks in northern New England to see if I can upgrade my phone. But when my girlfriend Rose was visiting here, she's like, Evan, let's just come on. Like, you should just see if they have a special going on. And I just didn't think there was, because usually Verizon texts me when there's a special, but this was a bit of a secret special. So anyway, I already talked about that earlier this week or last week when I got the phone. But I'm just so happy that I got this new camera, because I'm having a lot of fun taking photos. And hopefully these videos are coming out better as well. Anyway, super excited. I've been enjoying taking photos and videos, but I was gonna say starting to kind of take some nature photography. You know, I don't even know, whatever. I was gonna make a joke about just like becoming a nature photographer, but anyway, I'm just like so not usually the type. Like, I'm not an artsy type, but I've really enjoyed taking these photos, and I'm just impressed with the camera like every time. So, especially portrait mode and then cinematic mode. The cinematic mode is so cool. I don't know what iPhones can do it. I'm sure the 15 can. I think it's only the spatial ones for the Apple Vision Pro that you can take with the 16. Those are the only ones that are exclusive to the 16. I'm just rambling on. This is so irrelevant. But anyway, I'm not getting a Vision Pro anytime soon, so I don't really feel like using the storage for those photos, because I'm sure those photos take up more storage than a normal photo. Anyway, I'm gonna stop yapping. I am gonna cook dinner. It is 7:45. I ate dinner. I had a can of soup and a PB&J. I was in the mood for a PB&J and I was still hungry, so I ate that. I did the dishes and I organized my car. So I set my bed up. I had to take all my hammock stuff and actually put it away properly, because since it started to rain, I just kind of stuffed everything in my hiking bag. And I kind of reset my hiking bag to what it usually is, because I had taken a ton of stuff out of there. Yeah, so just kind of did some normal stuff. And I just drove downtown. So we're in downtown. Yo, I don't know why I can't think right now. This is crazy. Where the hell are we right now? So I'm not having a stroke. What's it called? I was literally just looking at the map too. That's crazy. Burlington. We're in Burlington. I'm in downtown Burlington. So I drove to downtown. I'm just off of kind of like a main shopping strip that has lights and stuff. So I'm gonna walk around, kind of explore the city now that it's nighttime. It's not too rainy. It's not raining, but it's a little wet. Hopefully it doesn't start raining again. And we'll have to see what we end up finding. What's up? It's now 9 o'clock, pretty much on the dot. I went for that walk around the Church Street shops, is what they're called. That kind of lit up shopping area in downtown Burlington. Decent amount of homeless people. There were a good amount of people walking around though, so it wasn't too sketchy. And it was only 8 o'clock. And yeah, I mean, not too much going on. There were some bars. There was this really lively like bar that was like very, I don't know if it was a weed bar or what was going on, but Tons of dispensaries in Vermont, especially in Burlington, or specifically in Burlington, which I think they legalized weed before Mass, so kind of makes sense. They're kind of one of the pioneers, like Colorado. But yeah, that bar I walked by was kind of popping. I didn't take any footage of it because there were a ton of people outside smoking. And yeah, I mean, not too much going on though, because it's a Tuesday night. Is today Tuesday? It's either Monday or Tuesday, but I'm pretty sure it's Tuesday. Yeah, so went on not too long of a walk, just kind of probably walked like just under half a mile if I were to guess. But walked for like 15-20 minutes, went back to my car. I was doing a little bit of like Reddit research on Burlington and stuff and things to do and all that. And I was tired, and I decided to look at where the Planet Fitnesses are. No Planet Fitnesses are right in downtown. So there's one like just northeast and there's one southeast, and I'm at the southeast one. So this is actually technically in South Burlington, which I believe is a entirely different city. So that's where I am now. I'm parked in like a far edge of the entrance of the parking lot for this whole kind of strip. This is kind of a weird area. It's like not, it's kind of commercial, but it's more, it feels way more like an non-industrial park. An office park. It feels like an office park, if that makes sense. So I'm just kind of in a far corner, far from everyone. It's only 9 o'clock, so I'm not gonna go to where I sleep. I'm just gonna stay here and then kind of move closer to Planet Fitness. But I might get in bed now because I'm honestly really tired and I don't feel like sitting right now. So that's kind of the deal. Today was awesome. I had no idea I'd like Burlington so much in terms of just how beautiful it was and how nice it was to... Jeez, I'm so tired. How nice it was to go on a longboard ride, and you know, I stopped at so many points to take pictures, and I stopped at a beach next to a campground, then I stopped at a beach next to a residential area. Cool thing about that second beach is there was this guy/kid around my age who was, he put a blanket/towel down near me and was playing with his dog and just having a good time. I actually got a clip of it, and I ended up talking to him and just asking if he was around here and whatnot. And he grew up in southern Vermont in a town I actually slept in earlier a few days ago, which is funny. And but yeah, he goes to school up here, so I don't know if he goes to UVM, University of Vermont, or another school, but this is, I guess it's a college town, so that's kind of cool. And yeah, he goes around here, so we were just talking about how pretty it is. And I also asked him, because he had a snowboarding sweatshirt, about skiing up here, and he actually wasn't a snowboarder, he was a skier. So we talked about the mountains on the Icon Pass. And I was telling him how, excuse me, I keep yawning. The other day when I was talking to that artist's family, they were saying that you absolutely need all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive to get around up here. So I was thinking about, you know, if I should swap cars with my dad or something like that, or figure something else out. And I may still have to do that driving out to the Rockies. But at least for around here, he was saying that you don't need all-wheel drive. You can get around pretty good. They really, you know, do well with plowing and salting the roads, which is what I expect. Like, that's kind of what I was expecting when that family told me that I absolutely needed all-wheel drive. I was a bit surprised, and I don't know. So especially in, like, you know, not the dead of winter when it's snowing like crazy. You know, I mainly want to be living in my car skiing when it's the early ski season and the late ski season, because otherwise I'm going to be, you know, buried in snow and cold, and just, it'll be a lot harder than it has to be. So that's where I want to go, to Asia. cannot stop yawning. But it was nice to talk to that kid. And, yeah, so on my longboard ride, I started in the middle of downtown. I drove north to, it's called like the New North End or something like that. It's not New North End, but some synonym for new. Like New North End, that's where those beaches were, especially that northern beach. And longboarded back to my car. Got an ice cream. They got me. The little ice cream stand was called Evans. And I looked at a sign in front of it, and they had, oh my God, I'm yawning so much. This is what happens when someone calls you in the morning and wakes you up really early when you didn't go to sleep early. They had maple ice cream. And I was like, screw it, maple ice cream. When in Vermont, right? So, got a maple ice cream, sat on the kind of pier thing, and just continued to enjoy the lake. Decided to drive just south of downtown to check out some other parks that could be good areas to hang out at, and found a really cool little peninsula cove thing, and set up my hammock. And man, like, I don't know if I've ever had a more relaxing, enjoyable solo experience. I really liked setting up my hammock in Boston and longboarding in Boston and just sitting on the Charles River in Boston. It was kind of just like a level above that. Just really cool, really nice. Just playing some music. It was a really good time. And yeah, so now I'm exhausted, obviously. Oh God. Imagine if I fell asleep right there. Anyway, it's just a stupid joke. But yeah, so just gonna settle in for the night early. I've been doing really bad at just staying up on my phone. Like, I'll just notice that I'm not gonna fall asleep soon, and I just go on my phone for way too long. And it's brutal. So I'm gonna pop a melatonin tonight because I don't want to be tired tomorrow. Anytime I get bad sleep, the next night I'm taking a melatonin. The amount of yawning I'm doing right now, I probably don't need one, honestly, so I might not take one. But anyway, I'm gonna go to sleep pretty soon. So good night. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's like day 13, 14? I'm losing count, but I think tomorrow's day 14. This is going to end up being like 21 or 22 days because my dad's coming up to camp with me for 3 days, 2 nights, and I think that will bring it to 21 or 22 days. So that would be fun. Maybe I won't vlog that. Or I'll probably just vlog it very minimally, kind of like how I've done when my girlfriend's been around. I'll just take some B-roll and whatnot, but won't really talk much about it. Yep. Good night. This closes out day 13. What a great day. Burlington is awesome. I wish the weather was going to be better the next couple days while I'm here, but it is what it is. Tomorrow we'll probably just spend a lot of time at the library, which I drove past, and there were a lot of homeless people next to it, but the library looked really good. It looked modern. It looked really nice, so I'm kind of excited to check out that library. That's been like low-key a fun thing to do for me, is all the different libraries I've been going to. Libraries are pretty cool, whether it's the architecture or just like the atmosphere inside of them. That's been cool. And then also kind of similar thing, but not to the same degree at all, is like checking out the different Planet Fitnesses, just kind of comparing them, especially like how nice the bathrooms are, shower setups. Sometimes the showers will just have like just a small curtain, and you walk right in, whatever. Recently I saw a setup where it was a curtain then a hook to put your towel and change, and then another curtain for the shower. So you have a whole changing area where you can dry off and stuff before the shower, or before and after the shower, outside of the shower itself, which was really nice. Because a lot of times, right, like the water's going, everyone's going to know that you're taking a shower. But once you turn off the water and you're like drying yourself off with a towel, someone might think that the shower's open. Because, you know, technically when you're done with a shower, you leave the curtain open so people know that it's open. But not everyone does that. So someone might check to see if the shower is empty, thinking it's empty, and you're in there. So the double curtain setup was nice. Another time, you had to walk down a small hallway, then there was a hook, and then around a corner, so it's kind of shaped like a candy cane, was the shower. That was nice. Some showers are small, some showers are really big. Most showers are big at Planet Fitness. I've really liked just being able to enjoy like the space of a massive shower. So that's been nice. And just overall, like different sizes of Planet Fitnesses, that's been interesting, and just kind of the different things they have. So one thing that I tried out today that not every Planet Fitness has is they'll have with pull-up bars, they'll have little rock climbing. I didn't videotape it, but they'll have little like rock climbing holds. And so I hung from those, and they were uncomfortable. They were really difficult. So I hung from them for like 5 seconds, and I was like, no, that's too much. But that's kind of cool that I can kind of hang and, train for bouldering a little bit. So that's cool. And also, not many Planet Fitnesses have them, but I like when Planet Fitnesses have foam rollers. So this morning there were foam rollers, and that was the second time I've used foam rollers, and only the second Planet Fitness I've been to that has foam rollers. So anyway, just kind of some little things that I've been thinking about as I've been traveling. And yeah, let me say goodnight for the third time, because I keep yapping. And let's actually stop yapping. So good night. This was day 13. We are in Burlington, Vermont, Lake Champlain. Absolutely gorgeous. Had a great day. Soaked in the weather. It's going to be raining 6 out of the next 7 days. Big shame, but we carry on. It'll be a good little test, because living in your car when it's raining is probably not very fun. And we've only experienced kind of one-off rain days, no consecutive rain days. So we'll see how I handle the next week. Talk to you in the morning.